Okay, we'll get started with the 2015 WCTV Clapper Awards, and before we do, we have a short video here.
Well, I want to welcome everyone to our 1991 Wadsworth Community Television Access Awards. It's been an interesting year. We've come a long way, and that's kind of what we're here to celebrate. We're here to celebrate the people that have put the time and energy into all of the programs, not only the people producing, but the camera people, the directors, the people that pull the cables, the people that do the technical work, and people that are our guests on our programs. So that's what we're here to celebrate this evening.
That's right. I don't care what hairstyle that was. I'd love to have long brown hair again, that's for sure. Okay, good evening to everyone. You just watched my introduction to the first awards presentation we did in 1991, 25 years ago. At that time, they were called the Access Awards. We only had 8 categories, and only about 25 people were in attendance. The community produced 209 programs that year, and like I said in the video, we thought we had come a long way. We were just beginning to transition from 3/4-inch tape to VHS, and we really thought we were on the cutting edge of technology. Little did we know how far we had actually come in 25 years and looking to the future. Fast forward 25 years, and here we are today at the WCTV Clapper Awards, a more appropriate name for the awards, and also because of the awards that we give out. We have 16 categories this year, along with Host with the Most, the Milestone Awards, the Diamond Disc Awards, Outstanding Achievement Awards. A total of 63 awards will be presented tonight. Community members like you will produce nearly 2,000 new programs this year, and we are experiencing changes in technology so quickly that it's very hard to keep up. And there's been many, many changes since 1991, and I'm sure in the future there'll be just as many more changes in our future to come. However, one thing has not changed, and that's the reason we're here. And we're here to celebrate all of you. For 25 years, we've been proud to have you as volunteers and producers who dedicate their time and energy in making great programming for WCTV and the Wadsworth community. Tonight, we celebrate and thank all of you. Joanna has been busy putting together a short compilation of the past 25 years, part of which you saw there a little bit earlier. But once she got started, there was just way too many historical things and funny things she wanted to put into the video that's all we'd show tonight is that video. So in December, we're going to air a special program featuring a look back at all the Clapper Awards over the past 25 years and all the volunteers that we had the pleasure of working with. For those of you that have been involved for quite a while, it is sure to bring back some great memories. You can either watch WCTV or go online to my.pegcentral.com for the dates and air times. Also check the Facebook, because Joanna's been putting up some funny clips on Facebook that you can watch there too, video clips. So before we go on, I want to introduce all the staff. First, I want to thank Joanna Perino for all her hard work and everything she puts into the Clapper Awards every year, so thank you very much. I want to thank John Bernard for all his work and dedication and all the sports productions and everything he does there too, so thank you very much, John. We have 2 new employees this year. We have Drew Bixler. Drew, if you would stand. He's a sports technician and helps us with the sports, and also James Bernard. They both volunteered for a while for us for football and basketball productions and stuff, and then so just recently, earlier this summer, they were hired as sports technicians, and they help us out with all the sporting events. So thank you very much. I'd also like to introduce Brian Dodge. Brian doesn't get a chance to come very often because he's always working. But Brian, could I have you come forward for just a second? You can come over here and stand by the lovely Joanna Perino. I came here in 1989, February of 1989, and soon after I got here, a student came up to the door and wanted to tape some of the band shows and also the color guard. And I said, sure, you can do that. Let me get you a camera. I'll train you, do this and that. And Brian was one of those people that just had it from the beginning. He knew how to frame a shot. He knew how to use the camera. He knew how to edit with the camera without actually editing the videotape and stuff. And he just had an eye for it and a yearning to do things for the community. So soon after that, Brian started doing some of our public meetings in 1990. And then soon after that, in 1991, we actually hired Brian as a playback technician. Of course, at that time, we had a stack of videotape machines that he was constantly feeding in videotapes in and out every day and punching on a little thing when they should play and what channel they should play on. And so Brian's been here, since the beginning. At one time, shortly after I got here, about 6 months later, the person that I was working with at the time, because we were both Time Warner employees, had taken another position. So it was just me and Brian for about another year and a half or so. And Brian and I, between the two of us, I would work during the day, and then when Brian would get off from school, he'd come right from school, come to WCTV, he'd start setting up for the basketball games or the volleyball games or whatever it was. And then he would stay till 10, 11 o'clock at night. And so we'd be there all day. So between Brian and I, we taped the freshman basketball games. We had taped JV and varsity, girls and boys basketball. We would tape, we've even taped freshman football. We taped varsity football. We did JV and varsity volleyball. We did the band shows, the band concerts. I mean, my goodness, we did it all. And did the public meetings as well. So between the two of us, I tell you what, I appreciate so much your dedication and everything. So I have one funny story that just to show you Brian's dedication is in the old City Hall, we had a small little camera up there at the time. We only had one camera. We didn't have a full production like we do today. And for some reason, something was going on in the council chambers, and they couldn't meet there. So they decided they wanted to still meet, so they met in the hallway, or in the stairwell. And there was a stairwell going down because it was I think it was a 3-story building. So they met in the stairway. And so Brian was trying to figure out, well, how can we want to do this live. The community will really want to see it. So Brian was looking at the cables, and he goes, okay, they go into the wall, they go up here. Oh, you know what? I bet they come out here, and there's a blank panel on the wall. And so he got out the screwdriver, took off the blank panel, and sure enough, there was the audio and video cables through there. So Brian happened to have out in his car a set of alligator clips. So he takes the RCA cables out of the camera and clips on alligator clips to the audio and video, and then takes them, puts them in the wall, and takes a knife and gets rid of the sheathing on the audio and video cables and plugs the alligator clips onto them, and lo and behold, we're live in the stairwell. So that just shows you, Brian, the show must go on no matter what, and that's great dedication. And Brian, I tell you what, I want to thank you so much for your dedication and your support, but most of all, it's meant so much to me to be your friend and your friendship. Thank you so much. So, in honor of your 25 years doing public meetings, we got you a plaque there that you can display, and so thank you very much.
I want to thank John, and Joanna. Remember the first time I met John, I wanted to know if Bull in the China Shop was going to be on TV because it was a middle school production. And he said, sure, if you come up and film it. And I said, what? I didn't know what community access was. So I went up there and learned how to run a camera. Next thing you know, I was hooked on it because of him.
That's right.
So I want to thank him and thank everybody out there that produced the shows, especially the volunteers. They mean a lot to us. Thank you.
Yep. Thanks, Brian. Yep. Thank you. I tell you, we had to pull all kinds of springs to get us things to get him here tonight because he's usually working dispatch and stuff, and he's been working dispatch since '98 or so. So he works part-time for us and then full-time at dispatch, and sometimes he works different shifts. So we're glad that he could come tonight, and we even gave him a job to get him back into doing some programming there. That's right. Yeah, last year he was doing a meeting. So at this time, I'd like to invite the following people forward: Mark Grisco, Janet Hawkins, and Jeff Nicholas. If they could all come forward, please. No, you're not in trouble. These three producers were winners in this year's Philo Team Farnsworth Awards, presented by the Alliance for Community Media. This is a regional video competition encompassing 6 states with hundreds of entries. Not only were they winners, they were first-place winners. So first, in the children's programming category, we have Discover Your Creativity, produced by Jeff Nicholas. In the interview talk show category, we have Your Health and Wellness, the medical equipment and supplies for you and your home, produced by Mark Grisco. In the instructional category, the Health and Happiness Show, Container Herb Gardening and All Natural First Aid Kit, produced by Janet Hawkins. So thank you all so much, and congratulations on your award.
Good. Okay, let's get all three of you close together. Okay. Then we won't have to do it after. All right. Good. Okay. Good. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Next, I'd like to invite these following people up: Peggy Pogan, David Kenny, and Roger Polk. Would they come forward? And your lights are on, so you can go turn them off. No.
Yay, we made it! We made it!
What are we doing, Peggy?
I can't jump. I don't have a belt on.
Thank you. Roger?
These three producers are receiving milestone awards for their series program productions. First, we have Peggy Pogan, who produced her 100th episode of Believing in the Beyond, October 15th of this year. David Kenny produced his 200th production, Light from Above, on September 25th. David this year also produced 11 programs called Studio Strings that highlights youth and their musical talents. Last, we have Roger Polk, who's catching up to the Polka Time guys. He produced his 900th program, The Ultimate Game, on May 7th. Congratulations to these producers, and thank you for your continuing to produce your program on WCTV and for the community. I know our audience really enjoys them. Okay, now we're going to present our Golden, Platinum, and Golden Disc Awards for the programs with the most views on my.pegcentral.com. This year, Peg Central received 18,060 views overall, and nearly 6,000 of those were school-related programs like plays, concerts, and of course, the great sports programs. The Golden Disc Award is awarded to the program with the third most views on Peg Central. This award goes to the First Christian Church Services with a total of 664 views. And Bob Parmalee is accepting for that award.
Congratulations. You're getting quite a collection, aren't you?
Yeah, we are.
In second place, and winner of the Platinum Disc Award, is the Ultimate Game Paintball, a series produced by Roger Polk with a total of 869 views.
Very much. I can't. I don't have my belt. Darn that matting. Thanks.
And the winner of the Diamond Disc Award, with the most views for a series on Peg Central over the past year, with a total of 1,836 views, is Polka Time Again, produced by Gene Kovac and Joe Gabrowski. I think over half of those were from Slovenia. I think so.
I just can't dance the polka anymore.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Here, I'll get out of the way. There you go. A little bit closer.
Congratulations, guys. Now, we added one more disc award this year, and it's the Diamond Disc Award. This is for a single program, as the programs that won earlier were all for series programs. This is for a single program, and this program had 532 views for one program, the most ever for a single program. The winning program is The Historic Homes of Wadsworth, produced by Marla Bianco. Watch your back, Tom. She's coming.
Watching this back from me for a long time. Let me tell you.
There you go. Thank you. Congratulations. You're welcome. Turn around. Yes. Okay.
I just want to thank a couple people who are in this room tonight because I would not be getting this if it weren't for them. And Tom Stugmeyer is absolutely one of them. He took my 20th century program and helped me move it into the 21st century. And the other person is the lady sitting back there with me tonight, Nancy Hauk, who, if she had not asked me to do this for the bicentennial tea, it would still be in my attic somewhere. So, and also I want to thank the rest of the guys at Oz too, because if it hadn't been for them, my program would not have been possible. So.
Okay, and now it's time for the Clapper categories. In your program is a list of all the nominees, so you can follow along. The runner-up and honorable mention in each category will receive a framed certificate. And, of course, the winner will receive this year's the beautiful WCTV Clapper Awards. And all of our awards have a new design this year in honor of our 25th anniversary. You can see that the clapper is actually doesn't work, but it actually extends from the rest of it. We'd like to thank Miracle Custom Awards for their help again this year in designing the awards. So let's get started. Our first category is Best School Event, and the honorable mention goes to Wadsworth City Schools Striving to Be the Best, the Franklin Intervention Convention Fair, and produced by Dr. Andrew Hill and Steve Brady. And Steve Brady's here to receive that award.
For each of you. One for each of you. Awesome. I knew Andy would fight you for it.
Yeah, I know.
The runner-up, the Sacred Heart Talent Show, the Sacred Heart of Jesus School, produced by Bill Adams. Is he here this evening? Oh, here he comes.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Appreciate that.
Sorry.
Here, do you want to? There you go.
Good.
Thank you.
Okay, now for our first Clapper winner, and we're going to watch the video here to see who the winner is. The Best School Event, the Grizzly Grandeur WHS Talent Show, produced by Drew Bixler.
You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah.
Easy, right? You can all do that too.
Drew Bixler.
I just want to say thank you.
Congratulations, Drew. Our next category is Best Look Into Our Schools, and the honorable mention goes to Wadsworth Middle School announcements. There's someone here from the middle school that would like to accept? Okay, we'll make sure they get that award. The runner-up is the WHS Students of the Month for October and November, produced by Mike Kovac.
Beth Kilchman.
Oh, Beth Kilchman is accepting the award for Mike. And now for the Clapper Award, and the Clapper goes to Wadsworth City Schools Striving to Be the Best, Website Design and Programming Underwater Robotics, produced by Andrew Hill and Steve Brady.
The students are going to time how long it takes for them to turn 360 degrees, how long it takes for them to dive, and they're going to discuss when we go back to class what changes they could have done to maybe modify their designs. In a little bit, I'm going to throw some things into the water, and they're going to see if they can retrieve them, just like you would find with the airplanes that have recently fallen into the ocean. Machines like this, they send these down to retrieve the black box recorder. So the students are seeing some hands-on of what are some of the different career fields people might be involved in. The team members had to create a Gantt chart. They had to decide how long it would take to build this. Then they had to work on assigning different tasks. Someone was the construction manager, someone was the electrical engineer, and each person had a job where they were monitoring the project as they built it. And then after everything was done, I would go through, evaluate the process they went through, and now we're seeing how well these things work.
Steve Brady and Dr. Hill.
Thank you. On a lighter note, we figured the awards would start rolling in this year once we replaced Paula Canterbury with Steve Brady on the show. So thank you.
Our next category is Best School Performance, and the honorable mention goes to the WHS Marching Band 2014-2015 season, produced by Cindy Ford.
See, I had to get you.
I know you did. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. You're welcome. You want to take them?
And the runner-up in the Best School Performance goes to The Wizard of Oz, produced by Jennifer Collins and the Medina County Homeschool Christian Co-op. Oh, okay. This is one of the students that are accepting.
I'm the co-director.
Oh, you're co-director, okay.
Okay. There you go. Congratulations. Oh, away from the mic. Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
All right. Congratulations. And now for the Clapper Award in the Best School Performance category. And the Clapper goes to Beauty and the Beast Jr., produced by Terry Livers.
No one's slick as Gaston, no one's quick as Gaston, no one's fix as incredibly quick as Gaston. You can ask any Tom, Dick, or Stanley. And they'll tell you who's seen they prefer to be on. No one's been like Gaston, not kingpin like Gaston. No one's got a slug left in his chin like Gaston.
As a specimen, yes, I'm intimidating.
I wanna guys like Gaston. You call it garage, give 12 and picks. Gaston is the best in the rest of all grips. No one bites like Gaston, nothing bites like Gaston. Nobody bites like Gaston. No one is really and running.
As you see, I've got biceps to spare.
Not a bit of scranky or scrawny.
That's right. And every last inch of me's covered with hair.
No one is like Gaston, and
Terry Livers.
Thank you. The talent level of the kids in these schools here is just unbelievable. Mr. Wright can appreciate that. And I was at Isham the other day doing their veteran show, and just unbelievable that some of these kids had 1,000 lines, and yet they remember them. And so it's just a reflection back on the community and the schooling and education that they get here, and all the parents here that contribute to that. So keep up the good work. Thank you. And thanks to the 3 J's. They do a great job.
Our next category is Beth Best Youth Production, and the honorable mention goes to Medina County Memorial Day Essay Contest produced by Mike Kovac. And again, Beth Kilchaman is accepting. Runner-up for the Best Youth Production is Veterans Day Program produced by the Sacred Heart of Jesus School. And again, Bill Adams is accepting.
Thank you very much. You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, and now for our Clapper Award winner in the Best Youth Production, and that Clapper goes to the First Christian Church Preschool Christmas Pageant produced by Colin Wright. Colin Wright.
For the past couple of years, I've had the privilege to work at my church and work with their media stuff. And with Bob Parmley back there, he's really helped me a lot with, learning a lot that I know. So I'd just like to say thanks to them.
Our next category is Best Documentary, and the honorable mention goes to the Let's Go Adventure Series number 47, Paris Island, produced by Roger Polk.
Well, thank you very much. Welcome. I don't really have to be in every picture.
Yeah, mine you do. It's just me.
If you're ever interested in what Marines do on Paris Island, that's a very good video to watch. So go to my.pegcentral.com and check that video out. Hoorah. The runner-up in the Best Documentary category, A Short History of Wadsworth City Schools, produced by Roger Havens. Okay, he's at another awards show, I understand. Okay, well, we'll make sure Roger gets that when he comes back. And now for the Clapper winner in the Best Documentary category. Alexander Campbell, produced by David R. Kenny.
So that's one of the things that Alexander Campbell sought out to do, was to establish a business of educating children and young people. So he established what he called Buffalo Seminary. Now, at this time, he's very limited on the facilities that he has at his disposal. So what has to happen in order to run an academy out of this mansion, which is what he has to work with, the family actually has to move down here into the bottom level. The middle level, what we'll call the old parlor, is where the classes would go on at the time. And then the top level would be dormitory type bedrooms where the students would sleep. They would provide room and board for their students. So it's a major operation, and the whole thing would have to be a major impact to the whole family. So Margaret and the children would have to move down here and live. Now, it's a nice area, and one of the things make sure you notice is the fireplace. The fireplace, we believe, has just about all original pieces in it, because what happened through all the transitions that have been done to the mansion, this was actually bricked over at one point in time, and whoever did that put all the utensils in there and just basically bricked over all of it. And so when they were excavating it, they found all this the way that it was here. So all these are original pieces going back to who knows how long ago.
David Kenny.
This is a huge project for me particularly. I want to thank Historic Bethany for allowing me to come and to film everything with the crew. Gospel Broadcasting Network for doing all the filming, Also, the Dartys for them keeping us in their home. WCTV, John Manning helped me with the voiceovers. It was a big production. And if you don't know anything about Alexander Campbell, I will tell you this. I was just reading about his first visit, or one of his early visits to Wadsworth in 1843. And he mentions interaction with people that you may know, names like Pardee and others. So he has been to this town. So if you haven't seen that, hopefully you'll watch it. And I want to thank the church and obviously those who support the program. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. The next category is Best Religious Message, and the honorable mention goes to What Catholics Really Believe, produced by Tim Perry. Yeah, I don't think Tim could be here this evening, so we'll make sure he gets that award. The runner-up is Living Stations, produced by Sacred Heart of Jesus School, and accepting is Bill Adams. Okay, and now for the Clapper winner and the Best Religious Message, and the Clapper goes to Grace and Truth Church Sermon Series, A Loving God Wouldn't Send People to Hell, Larry States and Kyle Wright.
Right? You look at God and man, he seems so angry, right? The God of the Bible, there are times where it's not just angry, right? The Bible uses a different word. The Bible uses the word wrath, right? You don't use that word very often, probably. Like a person cut you off on the highway, like, I'm wrathful at you. You don't say that. But you know what it means, right? Wrath is like a hotter form of anger, right? If anger is a piece of paper burning, wrath is like lava flowing down a mountain. Like it's a different level of the same thing. So the Bible talks about God being wrathful. And it's there. You can't ignore that. You can't cut those pieces out of the Bible. It's there. And immediately we have to ask this question, like, is this angry God that we read about in the Bible the same as this loving God that we also read about in the Bible? Because sometimes it seems like those two things don't go together, right? Is this God who's pouring out his wrath on all these things in the Bible the same God who is the God of love here in 1 John 4:8?
Larry States and Kyle Wright. Congratulations.
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to thank WCTV for being one of the best cable systems in the country, especially community access. I've been to much larger cities, and I have people come to this area and they say, boy, this city has their act together as far as allowing the community to talk to each other. And I think that people need inspiration, and they offer the opportunity for that. And all the churches that are on, I think it's a great asset to be able to broadcast that message, and thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you. Our next category is Best Worship Service, and the honorable mention goes to Wadsworth United Methodist Church, the traditional service. Okay, we'll make sure they get that award. The runner-up for Best Worship Service is First Christian Church, and Bob Parmalee will accept. Okay, and now for our Clapper winner in the Best Worship Service category, and that goes to Grace and Truth Church, produced by Larry States and Kyle Wright.
So by definition, Christianity is giving up our striving to earn our way to God, to earn our way to heaven, and trusting in what Jesus did on the cross for us. We're supposed to stop striving, not strive harder. We're supposed to trust in Jesus, not in ourselves. So every other religion teaches that you have to work your way to God, and Christianity teaches that that's impossible. So they can't both be true, right? It can't be both possible and impossible to work your way to God. One of them has to be true and one of them has to be false. I choose to believe Christianity partially because I believe this guy. I believe Jesus. And partially because of my own human experience. I don't know about you, but I have 31 years of experience not being able to make it. 31 years of not being able to make my way to God, to feel like I've pleased Him. 31 years of failing. I have all that evidence, and you have however many years you've been alive as evidence that you probably can't either. I believe Him.
Larry States.
Congratulations again. Thank you. You're welcome.
Just once again, thank WCTV, and we have a dynamic young pastor, as you can see. He makes it easy for me. Okay, and we have Kyle Wright, helps co-produce these programs. He's a brilliant young man who has been very, very instrumental in helping me, and the two of us are able to, as I said, we have the talent here with him, and it makes it much easier. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next category is the Best Performing Arts, and the honorable mention goes to Studio Strings Number 8, the Stowe Youth Orchestra, produced by Deborah and James Kenny.
There's one for each of you. Thank you. You're welcome. Do you want to pose for a picture there? Okay. Oh, let me get out of the way. Good.
Congratulations.
Cut this down to a half hour if I didn't have to.
Okay, runner-up for the Best Performing Arts goes to Wadsworth Community Band and Chorus Holiday Concert, produced by Mark Sterling. Okay, they couldn't be with us tonight, but we'll make sure that Mark gets that award. And now for the Clapper Award in the Best Performing Arts category, and that goes to You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, produced by Tom Stugmeyer.
You're a good man, Charlie Brown, trying not to rock the boat, not to make a scene. A good man, yes, but I confess they don't know what they mean. I want to rise like I should and do everything right, but I lie awake at night, never sleep. The questions in my mind loud and deep. Want to join the dance, take a leap, but the answer isn't clear. Then I
Tom Stugmeyer.
Thank you very much.
You know that's expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, here, wait. Congratulations, Tom. Our next category is Best Public Awareness, and the honorable mention goes to All About the Dog Park, produced by Janie Parrish, Ronnie Leatherman, and Dr. Dane Aarons.
I don't know what to say. This is my first clapper. Here's one for each of the other producers then, too.
I also can mention that dog park show was very close to winning the single series program as far as the Diamond Disc Award, so it's very close. Our runner-up in the Best Public Awareness category goes to Let's Go Adventure Series number 51, Internet Speeds, produced by Roger Polk.
This was actually John Maddings also, because I interviewed him. He made this show.
Maybe you should get your picture with him.
I should probably. Come here, Bill.
Never a dull moment. Okay, now for the Clapper winner and the best public awareness, and that award goes to Your Health and Wellness, the Challenge Golf Course, produced by Mark Grisco.
So we're on what looks like a driving range. So talk a little bit about this.
This is our handicapped accessible driving range here. This is where we do our individual and our group lessons. It's very easy for our students to access. It's flat. They can hit off the mats. We can move people out onto the grass so they can practice hitting off the grass. We have a handicapped accessible putting green behind us. This is a great place to start, and once they get to the point where they can hit the ball farther, then we can have them use carts to get down to our main tee box where they can hit further shots.
Okay, so there's kind of different parts to this.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Well, that sounds great. Well, why don't we take a look at what you had to offer on the course, and we'll head out there right now.
Sounds great.
Mark Grisco. And I'll also mention Adam Coleman is the host of that show, and he does a tremendous job.
Yeah, I brought our host, Adam Kalman, up here, too, to always help me out because there's times where I get a little emotional about these things. Thank you, Wadsworth, for allowing us to do this. Thank you, WCTV, for everything, training us, giving us the studio to, film our show at, just everything. Also have to thank Akron General and Akron General Visiting Nurse Service, also for a lot of things for allowing us to do this, but also for them seeing the value in community access television and bringing our health messages out to you. Always thank you to my wife for putting up with me during the editing process, and lastly, about this show, I'm very, very thankful to Ron Tristano and his family essentially over there at the Challenge Golf Course. For those of you who didn't see the show, it's a beautiful facility. It's out at Edwin Shaw with Akron General, and they help people who have disabilities to learn how to golf and to help rehab that themselves again through golf. So.
Great.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to WCTV. It's great to do this show. I never thought I'd ever be interested in doing it. When I first got into it, I didn't even stand in front of people, and it was even hard to talk to people. So it's kind of helped me open up and being. I'm a physical therapist too, and it helps me with my patients. And just doing a show like this was phenomenal. These guys are better golfers than most of us with both hands. I mean, that one guy plays one-handed because he had a severe stroke on the one side. He couldn't even grip the club with the other hand. And he's had 3 or 4 holes in ones. I mean, he's unbelievable. So being on this side of it and working with patients like that is phenomenal. And to be able to be on a golf course too, I mean, you can't get better than that. So thank you guys.
Great. Congratulations, guys. Our next category is Best Promotional, and the honorable mention goes to Let's Go Adventure Series number 50, Coyote Contest, produced by Roger Polk.
I know. Like a coyote howl. Oh, my coyote shoe. Sorry.
The runner-up goes to Wadsworth City Schools, Striving to Be the Best, The Jump Rope for Heart, produced by Dr. Andrew Hill and Steve Brady.
Steve had to leave, didn't he? Yeah.
With the same thing Roger went to.
Yeah. Okay. Congratulations. Thank you.
And now for the Clapper winner in the Best Promotional category, and the Clapper goes to Your Health and Wellness, Camp Promise, produced by Mark Grisco.
Children, I think the biggest thing I love about Camp Promise is when the children come and they realize that every kid there has lost a loved one. It's like you can see the light bulb go on and they go, because when they're at school, they want to be like everybody else. They want to be normal. So they may be grieving, they may be sorrowful, they may be tearful, but they don't show it.
Yeah.
Because they want to be like everyone else. But when they come to camp and they realize everyone there has lost a mother, father, grandparents, sibling, and it's like, it's okay.
Sure, and I'm sure it helps them open up a lot more.
Oh, absolutely, and it's amazing to see them open up and receive through play the things that coping skills to process their grieving.
Sure. So who should it?
Mark?
And thank you to Rochelle Shepard who helps with that. Rochelle does a camp for children every year who've lost a loved one, whether that be a parent, a grandparent, and every year this gets bigger. So in the summertime, if you know kids that need help, get them to the professionals as far as learning how to bereave correctly, and also they do a teenager camp as well. So thank you.
Congratulations, Mark. Our next category is Best Special Event, and the honorable mention goes to Wadsworth Homecoming Parade and Tailgate Party, produced by Bob Parmalee and Tom Stugmeyer.
Congratulations. These guys were quite a team last year. There you go. How about you two get together?
No, we're going to shake hands.
Wait for the line.
Oh, yep. Sorry.
Hey, Bob. And the runner-up goes to the Wadsworth Airport Fly-In, produced by Bob Parmalee. And now for the Clapper winner in the Best Special Event category, and the Clapper goes to the Buckeye Invitational, the WHS Marching Band, produced by Ray Erbst.
I'll tell you a little bit about that particular one. Was I took about three charged cameras with me, and I was shooting from near the top of the OSU stadium. And I thought to myself, I really should bring this back for all those people that in the community that won't be able to see this. And that was the main reason why I did it. And my son, Matthew, had showed me some of the videos of the OSU marching band on YouTube, and that had given me some inspiration prior to, loading up 3 cameras. But I was really testing the maximum range of those cameras that I had, because my intent was to try to get as one of them was in tribute to one of the students that had graduated from Wadsworth High School, Gary Kupfner. I had absolutely no idea who he was, and so I was I was actually looking through the whole string of tuba players, 25 or more of them, wondering which one of them is this man. And so it wasn't until he dotted the I that I was able to zoom in on him. So it was definitely a challenge.
Congratulations. Okay, our next category is Best Sports and Recreation, and the honorable mention goes to the Ultimate Game Paintball number 764, produced by Roger Polk.
Thank you. Our table's doing really well tonight.
And the runner-up goes to the 2015 WHS Varsity Volleyball, produced by Dan Witchey, Rich Johnson, and Todd Grice. They did an awesome job this year, so we greatly appreciate everything they've done. And now for the clapper and the Best Sports and Recreation, and the clapper goes to the 2015 WHS Youth Football, produced by Patrick Kilker.
And the car with room. And it looks like he was stripped. And black number 10 took it right out of his hands, said nope. Caleb Smith grabbed it. Nice heads-up play there by the defense, and black will get the ball back. Black ball, 1st and 10. 3:35 left here in the second. Black sophomore 6, red 0.
Patrick?
I would just like to thank the people at Wadsworth Youth Football for allowing me to film their games, and I would like to thank WCTV for allowing me to use their equipment. Thank you.
Before we move on to our next category, I'd like to real quickly introduce our sports crew for the past year. Without them, we couldn't produce the professional type of high school sports that we do, and it is consistently the most viewed programming on WCTV. I'd ask the following people to stand and be recognized: John Bernard, Drew Bixler, Phil Dell, James and Justin Bernard, Roger Wright. Thank you so much. A few other people that I'd recognize: Dave Sladke, Chris Fusselman, Todd Constantine, Andy Booth, and Dr. Gary Bernard also worked on the sporting events, but they couldn't be here with us this evening, so we thank them as well. Our next category is Best Instructional, and the honorable mention goes to Discover Your Creativity, number 19, Bad Guys, produced by Jeff Nicholas. The runner-up in the Best Instructional goes to In Good Company, book page ornaments produced by the Wadsworth Public Library. And now for the Clapper winner in the Best Instructional, and that goes to Let's Go Adventure Series number 49, Let's Go Check Out Suppressors by Roger Polk.
We're going to be using 308 military-grade tracer ammo. This is a different weapon, and you're going to be using this Gemtech titanium quicksand that we just used.
Correct.
So tell us a little bit about the gun and stuff.
This is the same suppressor that we used on the Savage. This is a Sig Sauer 716 stabilizing brace gun. It's chambered in 308, which is 7.62 by 51. It fires the same ammo. And we're going to put a couple rounds down. This is only a 12-inch barrel, so we'll see how much louder it gets.
Okay, so we think it might be more than the 70-74 that we got?
We'll see.
Yeah. All right, we'll see. See if we should have more hearing protection. All right, Alex.
We're clear.
We're clear. 73?
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
No, that wasn't bad. I know what a 308 sounds like, and yeah.
For giggles, I fired a 5.7 in my home into a bolt trap, into a confined space just to see what it would be like to fire a 5.7 unsuppressed. And all I'll say is the drywall cracked from the percussion.
Wow.
Self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Roger Polk.
Thank you very much. Get my picture. On Monday, back a little bit. On Monday, March 23rd of this year, down in Columbus, our legislature passed some laws. A lot of them to do with concealed carry, some of them to do with the Noise Reduction Act, and there's another one going on now. If you're not familiar with a lot of this, our movie industry has made suppressors or silencers into the bad thing. And yet a lot of these other countries overseas, it's mandated, even though a lot of them are not allowed to own guns, they have to keep them at the police stations and go get them, but they have to use suppressors when they hunt so that it doesn't bother other people around, the neighbors, or their own hearing protection. And so our country is just kind of coming into that, where they're realizing a lot of the people like myself, I'm over 67% deaf in both ears. And that was before I joined the Marine Corps. So I can't blame that on the Marine Corps. A lot of it has to do with my shooting environment growing up. So, and now with the CCW classes that we teach and a lot of the other stuff going on, I'm a big proponent of people being able to actually use their suppressors for hunting. So it doesn't matter whether you agree with suppressors or agree with hunting, you know, the laws are out there and we are petitioning and lobbying our legislatures because we have a lot of rural area just around here. And as long as you got a safe environment and a safe backstop and you can shoot, it's good to also make sure that you don't have this high decibel, because one gunshot is like the sound of a roaring jet engine, and it can decimate your hearing. So that's what this was about, just to educate people on the fact that now in Ohio, you know, we're one of 23 states that you can use suppressors for hunting. So that's what this was all about. Thank you.
One of the reasons Roger has won some of the awards this year is because what he's talking about is because he does shows on some of the things with the legislation. So stay tuned for his next production entitled Why Can't Everyone Own a Cannon? So we look forward to that one outside the studio. Our next category is Best Informational, and the honorable mention goes to Your Health and Wellness, the medical equipment and supplies for your home, produced by Mark Grisco. Thanks, Mark. And the runner-up in the Best Informational goes to Pay It Forward for Pets, number 28, Georgette Thomas.
Larkin's going to accept.
And Larkin is accepting. And her mom.
Miss Larkin, congratulations. You were on the show, right? Do you want to say anything for Georgette? No? Okay. That's okay. You don't have to. This is a star. Yeah, that's fine. You can take it.
And now for the Clapper winner in the Best Informational category, and that Clapper Award goes to Prime Time, the Alzheimer's and Dementia, produced by Kathy Hall in the Wadsworth Older Adults Foundation.
The biggest thing that we read about and hear about today are the issues of dementia. What would be some of the early warning signs of dementia that we should look for?
I think basically dementia affects the process of thinking.
Okay.
It affects the process of remembering.
Mm-hmm.
And so people will start having difficulty with things like putting a light bulb in the socket because they forget the process of how to do that.
Really?
So they might have difficulty with something like as simple as that to begin with. And that's a sign that there might be something that needs to be taken care of.
Forgetting routine things, is that a problem? Things that you're used to doing every day, like that light bulb, how to cook or things like that?
Oh, absolutely. To an extent, there's a certain amount of normal aging. You know, everybody forgets. I forget. Where did I put my keys? Why did I come in this room? That's normal.
Okay.
But when it's happening on and on and on, and when it's happening in conjunction with other symptoms, it's when family members and loved ones should really start to pay attention.
Kathy Hall.
Well, what a surprise. And, you know, I can't say anything until I do say that. We all know it starts at the top. And the top are these three people here who walk us through absolutely everything. And not too far from the top is an incredible moderator, Don Warner, who you saw on the screen. And since Don and I are so close to this particular topic, we're going to continue with that series. Thank you so much.
Congratulations. We just have a couple categories left, and then we have a few special awards. The next category is Best Talk Show, and the honorable mention goes to Wadsworth History on Film, the Bicentennial Review, the co-chairs, produced by Cesar Carino. And I know Cesar couldn't be with us this evening, so we pray for his health and his recovery. Runner-up goes to Your Health and Wellness, the Hospice Services, produced by Mark Grisco.
Congratulations. Okay.
Once again, happy anniversary, 25th anniversary for the Clapper Awards.
Thank you. And now for the Clapper and the Best Talk Show. And the Clapper Award goes to Primetime Home Instead Senior Care, produced by Kathy Hall and the Wadsworth Older Adults Foundation.
I see the weak point or the weak link here is the observation. If this stuff's going on at home and nobody's aware of it, that's a real jeopardizing situation, right? Sure. So this obviously means somebody needs to get into the home, whether it be a family member or I would prefer somebody who has some professional cred like you folks. Somebody needs to get in there and take a look. Now, generally speaking, do you find that your getting involved makes staying in the home more pleasant, more safer, a longer-term solution generally?
I think so. We work with people as little as 3 hours a month we'll work right alongside hospice through the end of life and keeping people safe and as independent as they can be at home right through the end of life. So yeah, I think it does. And home is wherever the senior calls home. Sometimes it's a standalone home, sometimes it's an assisted living or even a skilled unit, but we'll stay with the client wherever the client might be.
That's a good perspective, Roberta. I wouldn't think of it that way. I'd always think of somebody in their own standalone home, but I guess it is wherever you happen to be.
Exactly.
Kathy Hall and Don Warner.
Thank you. It is with great pleasure that I introduce to you in the live Don Warner, our moderator, and at one time the host with the most. Thank you so much.
Okay, and now for our last category, the honorable mention, or last category is Best Entertainment, and the honorable mention goes to What Else? The Ultimate Game Paintball, number 799, produced by Roger Pohl.
Congrats. Do you want another one?
Yep, one more. They all look the same.
Yeah.
Happy 25th. Remember, we might be the producers, but who's directing these? Who's doing all this, cutting the shots? We're the producers, but they're the directors. I got John is always on mine, so I'm wondering why every time I come up there's not fart sounds or something else. So.
Next year, you can be sure.
Sound effects.
The runner-up in the Best Entertainment goes to Zombie Thriller on the Square, produced by Bob Parmalee. Oh, okay, and Tom Stugmeyer as well. Congratulations. And now for the Clapper winner in the best entertainment. And the Clapper goes to Polka Time again, number 1079.
That they're going to be dancing at the SNPJ Farm, Kirkland. They're going to have two great bands there, Frank Stanger and Del Senchek. So you're going to have a lot of time to dance there and then drink the beer, to kind of get your wind back so you can keep on going.
Okay, I'll mark my calendar. Now, Joe, we're talking about retired folks and so forth. I was down in the cafeteria here. The senior citizens come in for lunch quite often, and these two ladies were talking about apparently a theme dance that's coming up in Wadsworth. And the lady was saying the idea is that you're supposed to wear a dress that matches the hair on your husband's head. She said, I'll be wearing black. The other lady thought a minute and she said, I'm not going. I don't know what she had in mind there, Joe, but that's the way it was. So,
she had in mind reality.
Yeah. So along those lines, here's George Stadahar in the review and my good old-fashioned wife.
A good old-fashioned girl never leaves me alone. We'd be the best of friends.
Oh, let's get a picture.
Okay, a picture. Yeah.
My favorite guys.
I want to say something. This is the longest I've ever held a job in my life, 17 years. And as soon as we get our good friend here, Mr. Polk, to play the accordion and be on our show, I'm going to retire.
Hey, Gene, I just wanted to say that I remember when we did our first program, you had real nice black hair. It kind of changed a little bit, and I had some hair back then. But as time goes on, that's what happens. But I really want to, on behalf of both of us, to thank the crew here at WCTV, especially Joanna. She keeps on top of us to make sure that we do everything right. And without her, I think we would have had very tough going. And we want to thank all of you people for voting for us. We appreciate it very much. We're still in there going straight forward as long as we can do it.
Congratulations. Okay, now we have our last few special awards we want to give out. And now one of the most highly coveted awards, the Host with the Most Award. The staff of WCTV selects the recipient based on the 3 Ps of being a host. That's preparedness, presentation, and professionalism of their productions, and the interviews they conduct. We usually have last year's winner present this award. However, Cesar Carino was unable to attend this evening, so I will have the pleasure of presenting this award myself. This year's recipient is one of a kind, and sometimes his or her show is out of this world. This host can read his or her guests and conduct interviews in a manner beyond our expectations. Sometimes she has a guest or a studio audience, but she always has a collection of spirited individuals waiting in the wings to be on the show. We believe it's possible that the recipient may have used her gift to predict this outcome. And the 2015 Host with the Most Award goes to Peggy Pogan, host of Believe It in the Beyond.
Hi, I'm, who am I? Psychic medium Peggy Pogan, and welcome to Believing in the Beyond. My friend and fellow psychic medium Karen Billings is with me today, and we're going to talk about angels. Even though I will tell you there was a spirit in here with us, and we were trying to get him to leave because of it's kind of draining our energy. So for once, though, Karen's itching instead of me because they I don't know if everybody understands how they're constantly getting my hair during a show. But they're getting her today, so I have no problem with that.
Yay!
Peggy Pogan.
Yay! Woo!
Thank you. Mwah.
Oh, we got a picture. Let's get away from the mic. You're tall, I'm not.
Real quickly, I have a true story that I just got to tell. About a year and a half ago, my uncle had passed away, and me and my brother and sister-in-law had to make a trip down through Kentucky into Tennessee. And on our way home, we were in an accident. It actually didn't affect our car, but the car in front of us spun in front of us because it was raining really hard, and we were in the middle of Kentucky, in the middle of nowhere, and the car in front of us spun out, hit the guardrail, flew up over our car. So when we look up, we can see them looking down at us, going over us. So we were very lucky that, no one was killed in that accident. But so my brother and I run up the road because it's raining and like crazy, and it's just topping a hill, and you only have about a half mile before you stop. So we're waving our jackets and stuff to try to get people to slow down, this and that. So I tell nobody, and this is over the weekend. So when I come in that week, Joanna doesn't know, John doesn't know. The only people that knows are the people who are in that car. And so I'm sitting at my desk, Peggy's in for her show, and you know how you're sitting there and you just know somebody's looking at you, And she's staring at me and she goes, "Have you been in the Appalachian region lately?" And I said, "Well, yeah." And I continued typing. She goes, "Were you in an accident?" And I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Did you do a good deed or something?" And I go, "Yeah." Well, then she says, "Well, there's a little girl named Pamela Suzanne, and she's following you around, and she wants you to know that whatever you did a good job and to help people that day." So that's a true story, believe me, and that I get goosebumps just thinking about it. So thank you, Peggy, and congratulations. Okay, our last awards are for outstanding achievement, director's chairs. These director's chairs are presented to producers and volunteers in appreciation for their longtime commitment to WCTV. Our first recipient has been a producer for over 10 years and continues to be one of the biggest cheerleaders. She takes her producer role very seriously and always puts on top-notch productions worthy of primetime television. As a member of the Wadsworth Older Adults Foundation, she's committed to making programs geared to enhancing the lives of our senior population. It's my pleasure to present this Outstanding Achievement Award and Director's Chair to Kathy Hall. Congratulations.
I don't know what to say. It comes from the top. Remember that. The three people here in the room. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next recipient is committed to excellence, always going the extra mile to make his productions award-winning quality. His dedication to taping student performances and school events is unmatched, and we know that his efforts are also appreciated by the schools, parents, and grandparents who enjoy watching his performances. And it doesn't hurt that he often shows up at the studio with a pizza or an apple pie. It's my pleasure to present this Outstanding Achievement Award to Terry Livers.
I am blank shocked. They do a wonderful job.
Congratulations. We are so glad that this recipient doesn't know the word no. He is called upon frequently to help us cover community events and is always willing to help and to put out a high-quality production. He is also one of our Monday morning regulars, making sure that his church's service is ready for us to air each weekday. He serves on the Wadsworth Cable Commission and is truly committed to the WCTV mission. He's a licensed pilot, so as soon as we get our drone, we're going to call on him to fly it around for us. It's my pleasure to present this Outstanding Achievement Award to Bob Parmalee. Congratulations to them. Thank you very much. Okay, our 2015 Clapper Awards have come to an end, but before we go, I'd like to give a big round of applause for the staff from the Suprema Cafe and Windfall Industries for the delicious dinner. We greatly appreciate your partnership in making this a great event. If you haven't visited the cafe at the Suprema Senior Center, please do so. They have some fantastic food. We also appreciate Tom Stugmeyer this evening for taking all the pictures tonight. He's kind of everywhere, so there's probably 5 or 6. Have you ever watched Multiplicity, the movie? He's like that. Yeah, he's got cloned himself all over town. We would appreciate if all the Clapper Award winners, Host with the Most, the Milestone Award winners, the Outstanding Service Award, the Philo winners, and the Disc Award winners would remain for a few minutes so Tom, one of his selves, could take some more pictures for us up here. So thank you very much, and we'll see you all again next year.